Hi everyone. This practice is a perfect blend of deep core strengthening and stretching. Let's begin on our backs. Bend your knees. Allow your knees to tap in, feet a little wider, arms about 45 degrees from the body, and just close your eyes. Start to notice your breath, perhaps for the first time today, and invite a little tone in the back of the throat. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through either the nose or mouth, your choice. Carry that Ujjayi breath with you as you hug the right knee into the chest. Interlace the hands around the outer shin. Good. Now open the knee out to the right, abduction from the body. And tug the knee into center and almost a tiny bit to the left. A little adduction to midline. Twice more, open to abduct and close to adduct. And once more with your breath. Bring the knee back in through center. Give a nice squeeze right in that sweet spot. And then extend the left leg all the way out. A strong push to that left heel. Continue to push the heel as you pull the right knee in, enjoying that deep stretch, shoulders down, anchor to the back of the head. Anytime we lift one knee to the chest, the hip likes to follow. So as you continue to hold the stretch, encourage the right hip to move forward minutely, just to maintain that equal action in the pelvis. To release, step the left foot down to the yoga mat. Hook the right ankle just above the left knee, keeping space between the thigh, moving into figure 4 pose. 3 stages here. Stage 1, your right hand can just be pushing the right knee forward. Stage 2, your hands can be placed behind the left thigh, or stage 3, around that left shin. Keep pushing the hips forward as you draw the knee in. So that little cue will allow you to maintain that neutral lordotic curve in the lumbar spine rather than flattening the back. Press the shoulders down and anchor through the back of the head. And you can see in the video, I even try to squeeze my fingertips underneath my low back just to make sure I've still got that lordotic curve there. Pull the knee in, left knee in rather, and continue to push the right knee forward. A lot of these stretches at the beginning of the sequence, we hold for just a little longer, allowing everything to start to unwind and create space prior to our strengthening series. Now cross the right leg fully over the left. You can either have the hands on the tops of the knees as you pull them to the chest. Hands can move to mid-calf, or shin rather, or hands can move to the outer edges of the feet. And if you've gone with the feet, pull the feet apart into that abduction through the feet, but adduction through the inner legs. Now, wherever you are, same action as before. Continue to push your pelvis forward slightly as you hug the knees in. Neutral alignment through the spine as you drop the shoulders and then give a little press to the back of the head. This is a supine version of cow's face pose, Gomukhasana. Let's take it into a small twist. Move the knees forward until they stack vertically over the hips, just lowering that left foot to the earth. Take the knees to the left, peel the right shoulder down, and take the gaze to the right. Soften the right shoulder in the direction of the mat. And allow it to sink down a little more with the next breath or two. You may need a little more space for this one. I'd like you to reach that right arm back behind you now. Take a big breath. So you're stretching the arm back, your thumb is down, your palm is facing midline. And on your exhale, bend the elbow into that cactus arm position that we've worked on together if you've done some videos of mine before. Good, we'll do that a few times, just massaging into that right shoulder. Inhale, reach. And exhale, release into that bent position. Feel the elbow drop, the back of the wrist drop, and the shoulder, of course, drops as well. Press the left foot down, lift both knees up, uncross the legs, rebalance the pelvis. Take a deeply clearing breath, and we'll do all three of those postures on the second side. Hug the left knee into the chest now. Interlace the hands around the outer shin, and with the strength of the upper body, squeeze the knee into the chest without putting tension into the shoulders. Abduct with your inhale, and hug to midline, adduct with your exhale. Twice more, just massaging around the hip joint. Warming up for this series of hip openers. And once you've done 3 of these, I would like you to land when the knee is in that sweet spot. So for me, it's almost in line with the armpit. It's when I find the best stretch. Squeeze the knee in a little more and extend the right leg all the way forward, a strong push to the right heel. Continue to push the left hip forward in line with the right so that you're neutral in the pelvis. And just enjoy the magnificent opening happening here. To release, step the right foot to the yoga mat once again, moving into figure 4. Hook the left ankle just above the right knee, keeping space between the thighs. Either stay here, gently guiding that left knee forward, or move forward into the posture progressions by interlacing the hands behind the right thigh or around that right shin. I like to just do a little rock here, as you can see in the video. I move very gently to the right, and then I come back through center. Just isolating for me exactly where I'm receiving the stretch in my glutes. So as you continue to hug the knee into chest, push the left knee forward equally. And again, the pelvis is moving forward as the knees come in, maintaining that slight space underneath the low back. Drop the shoulders, lift the chin slightly from the chest, and then anchor the space behind your eyes firmly to the yoga mat. Cow's face pose, Gomukhasana. Fully cross the left leg over the right now until the thighs connect. You can either place hands on the tops of the knees, hugging them to the chest, hands to the mid shin, or hands to the outer edges of the feet. Wherever you are, push those hips forward. You'll just love the stretch that you get when you do that. You'll also honor the alignment of your spine. Drop the shoulders, press the back of the head. With your next exhale, slowly release until the right foot steps to the yoga mat, and then move the knees over to the right. Drop the left shoulder, take the gaze left. Once you find your twist, we'll do that little massage again. So stretch the left arm way back behind you, the thumb down, palm facing midline. Inhale like this. Exhale, bend the elbow and lower into that cactus position, a right angle between the upper arm bone and the lower arm bone. Again, inhale, reach. And exhale, lower. Starting to feel the elbow, the back of the arm, the back of the wrist, the back of the hand, really starting to move more deeply down to the mat. And those lower arm bones are really starting to move to the mat as well. You'll feel from the elbow to the wrist, it starts to get heavier. Amazing opening through that shoulder. To release, push down through the foot, rise up, unwind the legs, rebalance the pelvis, and take that clearing breath. Setting up for our core conditioning. Let's move into toe taps now. So the same alignment that you had, sacrum, shoulders, back of the head, that we've worked on through our initial series. With your inhale, come to the tips of the toes, lift the right shin parallel to the yoga mat. Exhale, lower to a tap. Lift the left shin parallel to the yoga mat. And exhale, lower to a tap. You have 10 rounds. Continue to move through this with your own breath. If this is the first time you've done this exercise, place your left hand on your belly, right hand underneath your low back. And the goal here is to have a little bit of space under the low back for that natural lumbar curve. And the hand on the belly is looking to make sure that you're not gripping too much through the rectus abdominis. I'd like you to be going deeper than this into some of your most functional and stable aligning muscles of the spine. You'll feel the psoas really working here, lifting and lowering the leg. And the iliacus is stabilizing the pelvis to stop it from tilting forward and back through this and the next 2 exercises as well. So that iliopsoas, the group of those 2 muscles, is what we're targeting. Your toes are pointed firmly. Last set. Nice work. Exhale, lower. Take the feet wide, tap the knees together. Sometimes it's a little bit of work if you haven't done that one before. This next one I love as well, thoracic lifts. You start in a supine crawl position, shins parallel to the yoga mat, arms reaching skyward, palms face one another. Inhale, lift the right shoulder up from the mat. Exhale, plug it back. Inhale, lift the left shoulder up from the mat. Exhale, plug it back. 10 rounds again, you're working through these little mini lifts of one shoulder blade at a time. So that scapula is moving away from the yoga mat and then plugging back down. Everything else stays stable. Sacrum and back of the head are not moving at all. Isolate this movement into the most mobile region of your spine. And of course, you're multitasking. Those shins do not weigh nothing, so your core is holding you in that position with the shins lifted, toes pointed. You have just a few more rounds here. Maybe you're feeling a little shaky. Smooth it out with your breath. Nice work. Exhale, point the toes, lower them to the mat, walk the feet wide, knees together. Clear it out with breath. Third exercise, hug the right knee to chest, extend the right leg skyward, flex the foot in dorsiflexion. Press the back of your head. This will be your go button. Exhale, lower the right leg all the way to a hover above the mat. Inhale, point the toes, lift the leg. Exhale, flex the foot, slow, lower. 10 rounds, 8 more to go. Imagine that you're moving the leg through thick air, so that resistance actually will help you to build strength. Anchoring strongly through the back of the head, the backs of the arms. And then remember what I taught you about in the last posture. Are you tilting the pelvis at all? Use the iliacus to really stabilize the pelvis from any tilt whatsoever. This will make the pose much more challenging and target the muscles for strengthening that we're looking for. Last 3. Find that ujjayi breath that will power your pose. Last 2. And final 1. Exhale, knee to chest. Interlace the hands around the outer shin. Let's rebalance the knee now. With the strength of the upper body, pull the knee into the chest strongly. With the strength of the leg and the hip flexor, push the leg up into the cradle of the hands. Find those two opposing actions and hold. Your foot should start to shake. 3, 2, 1, and let it go. Ooh, I love that one. Extend the right leg to the right side of the mat, left leg to the left side. Sometimes I feel my right leg actually longer from that simple rebalancing technique. Enjoy that full body stretch. Let's do our second side. Step the feet to the yoga mat, float the left leg skyward, flex the foot, press the head, exhale, lower to a hover. Point the toes, inhale, lift. Flex the foot, exhale, lower to a hover. Point the toes, inhale, lift. That's 10 rounds, 8 more to go. Keep the pelvis stable, avoiding any rock. And try to soften the outer belly, allowing this work to happen at a deeper place. Soften your face. Focus on your breath for your final 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, bend the knee all the way into the chest. Interlace the hands around the outer shin. With the strength of the arms, squeeze the knee in. With the strength of the leg, try to push the leg into the cradle of the hands. Those two opposing actions will create a little shake in the foot and an extreme amount of energy in that left hip flexor. Work with that. Keep pushing the left hip forward so it's in line with the right, and hold for 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Left leg to the left side of the mat, right leg to the right. Full body stretch here. Good. Bend the knees. Move to the right side of your body. Extend the left leg so you can rise up with minimal effort. Preparing for deer pose. Stay on that left sitting bone. Bring the left shin forward. Flex the foot. Bring the right leg back. Flex the foot. Those 90 degrees between the upper leg bone and the lower leg bones. Place your hands, right hand to your hip, left hand to the mat. Inhale, open towards the right knee. And exhale, twist all the way to the left. Do that twice more. Inhale, open all the way to the right. And exhale, twist. You'll feel that left hip and left knee get more weighted. Once more, inhale, open. And exhale, twist. Okay, place your hands on either side of the front knee now. Inhale, lengthen. Hug the elbows to midline. Exhale, hinge at the hips to lower. 3 like this. Inhale, rise up to lengthen. Exhale, hinge at the hips to lower. Again, with your breath. That third time, as you lower, come down to forearms. Either staying there, or you can bring your forearms forward even a bit more, hooking left elbow into the left knee, placing right palm to the sole of the front foot. Use that as a bandha or an energy lock to help you spread the chest forward more, retract the shoulders, retract the head. Really isolating into one of the most effective hip stretches. Inhale, rise up. Change the angle of the front leg so the toes are pointed to the right, but at about 45. Extend the back leg out, move to the top of the back foot, and then position down through the right hip so you've arrived in pigeon pose. You're on your forearms here. Pull the left hip back, and exhale, you can release down onto a cradle of the hands with the head. It's a bit of a tongue twister. Enjoy that neutral pelvis, and if you're not sure, you can reach your left hand back behind you and just rest it on the sacrum. Is it tilted to one side, or is it shining like a dinner plate right up toward the ceiling? Make sure it's neutral, release the hand back into your posture, and just take a satisfying breath as you settle into this good hip opener as well. Starting to feel any bits of tension really melt away from the body. We store so much in our hips, and particularly that psoas. It is an emotional muscle. So if you're feeling anything rising up right now, that's totally normal. Just be with it and then encourage it to move right on by. Rise up from your pose, please. And position yourself toward the long edge of your mat. I positioned myself facing the right here. Extend your legs out. Second toes point skyward. Hug your elbows into the side body. Robot arms, palms face one another. Push your pelvis down. Hinge at the hips. And move forward a few degrees. Inhale, rise back up to where you started. Exhale, hinge at the hips, moving forward into a micro forward fold. And exhale, return back to where you started. We'll do a few of these, just warming up now into the glutes and the hamstrings. This is a fun, controlled way to warm up into the pose. And don't worry, we will move into the more traditional passive stretch soon. Notice, though, that each round you're actually able to get a bit deeper. Isn't that amazing? Your quadriceps are quite engaged here, hugging the kneecaps up into the quads. You're anchoring down through your sitting bones. And you're in that anterior position of the pelvis, the same position you are when you are in cow pose rather than cat. Nice work. As you've come back through center, we'll move to the back of the yoga mat now for that deer pigeon sequence. Your right leg should be forward, left leg back. Left hand is on your hip, right hand is down. Inhale to open to the left knee. Exhale, twist all the way to the right. 3 times like this. Inhale, open. Exhale, deep twist. And with your breath. Come back to center. Place your hands on either side of that front knee, elbows to midline. Inhale, lengthen now. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge to fold. And once more with breath. After that round, lower down onto your forearms, or go a little deeper, tucking the right elbow into the right knee, placing left hand to the sole of the foot. Use that bandha, that energy lock, to help you drive the chest forward more. And release, push down through the hands, rise up, and change the angle of the front leg. Toes point to the left side of the mat, stretch out the back leg, and shift the hips slightly left to bring them into neutral now for pigeon. You're on your forearms. You can take elbows wide and make a pillow for the head. In pigeon here, the right hip should be drawing back slightly as the left tries to move down. Again, one hand can move to the sacrum to see if your pelvis is neutral. Once you've found your alignment, enjoy that satisfying breath once again. A lot of our openers have movement attached, so when we come into one like pigeon, it's pretty amazing to just be still. Avoid any fidgets. One more deep breath. And then inhale to rise up onto those fingertips. Exhale, move into your wide-legged forward fold once again towards the long side of the yoga mat. Stretch the legs out. Position fingertips behind you this time. Give a little push to the fingers. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And then bring your hands to either side of the left leg. Exhale, hinge at the hips slightly. Walk your fingertips forward and to either side of the right leg. Walk your fingertips forward and to either side of the left. So we're starting to move in almost a pendulum-like motion with the torso. Just starting really to open those hips in a more unique way now. Now, the ischial tuberosity, your sitting bone, is the attachment point for the hamstrings. So you'll really start to feel those hamstrings lengthen if you maintain that anterior tilt of the pelvis. You can notice I'm getting a bit deeper now that I have warmed up. And maybe you're feeling the same as well. We're still walking from one leg to the other. Let this be a little playful. And then arrive back to center. Place your fingertips behind you here, everyone. Push down through those hips, lengthen the spine, and exhale, hinge at the hips to come into your full expression of your forward fold. It's okay if it stops right there. Mine did for a very, very long time. Doing this pose is going to really help you find more space here. As you're in your full expression, just slow down those exhales. And again, see if you can avoid fidgeting, just for a few breaths. Stillness can be quite powerful. With your next inhale, walk the fingertips in toward the body if they are anywhere else. Place the hands underneath the knees, help your legs bend, and extend the legs forward. You can give a little shake through one leg and then the next. And then move all the way down onto your back. Take a full body stretch, reach your arms back behind you, perhaps initiate a yawn. And do any other adjustments you may need prior to your Shavasana. Then when you're ready, bring your arms by the sides of your waist. Flip your palms open, fingernails curl into the center of each palm. Extend your legs out, let your legs move open and the feet relaxed here. And as you close your eyes, just imagine that you're lying in warm sand. Not only does the warmth resonate up through the body, but the imprint of your body grows stronger with each passing breath. As one by one, you begin to release any grip that you are still holding on the muscles so that you can fully relax and receive. Prepare for movement once again. Inhale, reach the arms back behind you. Enjoy that full body stretch. Perhaps a yawn. And then bend the knees. Move yourself to your right side. And support yourself up to a comfortable seat. Cross your legs. Press your hands together in front of your chest. Anjali Mudra, a symbol of gratitude and appreciation. And as you bow your head to your heart, take a moment to recognize the efforts that you take every single day to stay balanced. It is not easy, and we are constantly striving for that. Thank you for giving yourself this time. From my heart to yours, Namaste.